Howdy, howdy, howdy. Nearly Senior Citizen here.
Greetings, boys and girls, and welcome to this, another brand new day. This is not a good day. I have mentioned before how when people have recorded their videos, there have been issues. So if you have issues, don't feel bad. Russian Tommy has told me before how he has felt bad when recording because things have gone wrong. I've mentioned before how Markiplier has had issues trying to record things, and other big YouTubers have had silly things where they've just forgotten to turn things on. I'm having that issue and more. The first 20 minutes of this I recorded, I accidentally forgot to start recording on my PS4, so I recorded 20 minutes of audio with no video. So I started to redo that. 5 minutes into it, and I accidentally bonked the controller, the PS4 controller, at which point that 5 minutes of video was instantly discarded, and it went back to the do you want to record a video point with everything gone. So this is the third frickin' time I have been starting this. Oh my God, it's a nightmare. I am not having a good day at all. I am very, very unpleased with life. Welcome to the day. So this is shot number 3. First off, then, try and remember everything I've been talking about for the past frickin' half hour. My nose is red here. This is the third time. My nose is red here because I wear a sleep apnea mask with a silicone cushion. The cushion is just, the triangle sits over my face. And from that triangle it has silicone that comes out, but it has a curve to it. And when it sits on my face, that curve is like this. So when the air comes into it, it goes puff, and it holds to my face. But my skin is dry and oily, so it smashes my dry skin flecks down into the pores, blocks them, and because your skin starts to die after 2 hours of pressure, I am red there because the skin is healing because of cell death, and because of the 3 currently zits inside of my flesh. Yay! Joyous. Now for the weather plague rat and spider report. I see it's recording. I've got nothing anywhere that I can hit, so hopefully the day is going to continue going well now that I've been doing this for 3 minutes with no errors. Weather plague rat and spider report. For the weather, it was raining all on and off yesterday. Just on and off. But I went walkies last night around 7 o'clock, and it was not raining at that point, although it was threatening to, and it was very damp. Just walked around downtown. Did not go to Walmart. Took a shower yesterday, so used up a lot of my rechargeable battery charge. So by the time I went walkies, I wanted to walk to Walmart. I barely made it walk around downtown to Safeway and back. So, yeah. Plague rat report, is that what I mentioned already? Yeah, it's most people outside were wearing them. Most of the people I could see in stores were wearing them, but it only takes one, and I do my best to avoid everyone because I don't trust anyone out there. Everyone's always pulling their mask down like idiots, so yay. And for the spider report, gangly leg spider down there. And for the third time, as I try to talk about the garden spider in the corner, I've said everything that I've wanted to say about them and then lost it all. So she's doing okay. She's still in her web. She's still here, so it must be warm and enough food for her. I'm glad she's still there. That is a very good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. Okay, I'm also going to talk about this. When I went walkies last night, I also went through the tree maze downtown, and I took my video camera through it, but there were people there. Yay! Yesterday when I went through it this time, no one was there, no one came by. It was just me, and it was awesome. Last night when I got there were people already in it. Before I even started walking through it, more people showed up. So I just carried the camera through it with no commentary. looks nice, but no commentary. So I'm going to try and take it out again tonight and try and get through when there's no people. So we'll see what happens. Now, if I can remember everything that I talked about with this. With my video yesterday, Parthe no N. The reason that is odd is because I don't know how to make normal videos. I don't know how to be creative in a normal fashion. I mean, take a look at the stuff that I've done. Aside from the vlogging and the game videos, the other things that I do to be creative are like the song mutilations, which is where I take a song, run it through Google Translate, play with it, and then run with that, and then read it out. And they sound odd. Of course, they're mutilations. And I do stuff like that. I'm being creative, but very odd. Now, this one, just a string of numbers, was very, very simple. It is shallow with the appearance of being deep because the name has nothing to do with the rest of the video. I was trying to think of a name for it, and I liked the word Parthenon, but it was like, hey, break it up so that it's like a series of stuff. Has nothing to do with anything. Shallow with the appearance of looking deep. Now, the actual text itself, that's just a Caesar cipher and then translating the letters into digits based on where they are. Caesar cipher is like if you go with an 8-digit shift, you counted A and then you count, 8 letters in one direction or the other. And then you just do regular words. It's just that they've all been shifted X number of letters. That's just a simple Caesar cipher, and that's what I did. And the stuff that I said was just like, our Lord Beta-Nera waits in cold, deep waters, and our Lord Beta-Nera is on his way. Stuff like that. And then just translated with the Caesar cipher, and then taking the position of each letter, and then putting down instead of the actual letter, the number representation of where it is in the alphabet. Now, I made it more difficult by not saying things like, 6, 14, 9, but instead going 6, 1, 4, 9. Now, the whole thing about that is, after the invention of radio, and primarily after World War II, largely over in Eastern European countries, but all around most of Europe and such, there have been number stations for decades. Over the past couple decades, they have been slowly falling off. There are still a few out there. That's where they will have just a voice, whether it's an actual person or whatever, just reading a series of numbers. Like 7, 9, 23, 18, 4. And it's just that for hours, all day, and no one's been able to pinpoint where most of these are, and no one's been able to figure out what they're trying to say, but they're there. And there were a huge proliferation of them from like the 40s to the 90s, and since the 90s, they've been slowly dropping off. As stated, there are still a few there. Nobody really knows what most of them are. But because people do various, urban legend type things, urban lore, stuff like that videos, I wanted to test it out, primarily to test out Hit Film 15, because I wanted it to be like an old-time radio broadcast with weird video signals barely there and present with it. So I gave it a shot with that Our Lord Beta-Nera stuff, made it sound like old-time radio with hissy stuff and static, and then odd, barely visible video signal. And really, again, it's just all shallow with the appearance of being a deep, because I wanted it to seem like this thing. And I think I did a pretty good job. Again, working with the program Hit Film Express 15. Now, about the program Hit Film Express 15, because I got to talk about that for a while. It is a 2D, 3D composite shot editor that you can do a lot of other things with. It's missing a lot of basic editing. You can't do there's no sound editing. If you want to do sound editing, you use an external program, and then you bring that into HitFilm. If you want to do a lot of making a video recording, you do that outside and then you bring it in. You do the special effects work, you do the shot composite, you put the stuff together with a hit film, but you don't actually make the stuff in it. And that's fine. But I don't understand composite shots again. Almost for a while I figured it out, and then now I can't remember what it means at all, and it's confusing and frightening to me. So instead of using the 2D the 3D and compositing stuff, I just use the 2D editor because at least I understand it. Now, Hit Film Express from FX Home, well, Hit Film and Hit Film Express, the pro version and the non-pro version, they've come out with Hit Film 16, Hit Film Express 16. I need to download it and then activate it with all my serials, because I should be able to do that, and then start working with that. Only it does a lot of stuff better. They've added some improvements, but boy, I don't even know how to use most of the features present now. So, thumbs up on that. Gonna work on it. Gonna do what I can. Definitely a thumbs up. Well, good golly, Miss Molly, do I have absolutely anything else to talk about? The things that I had gone and erased off of my topics list as I finished talking about them. So now they're gone off the topics list, and I'm trying to remember. One of the things I did want to talk about is a few weeks back I talked about how there is one of the deepest, basest sounds in the known universe is this one black hole that is emitting a bass note with a 10 million year frequency. It's been doing this for the past 2.5 billion years. We can't hear it with our ears. If you wanted to play it, your keyboard would have to be another 8 to 15 keyboards wider to the deep side, and then you're on the last keyboard, and then you can play that note. Again, we can't hear it. It's too bass. The frequency is a 10 million year frequency. I don't have that long to sit and wait for one note to play. But the thing is, it's making the sound, and you can actually hear it. Sound requires a medium to pass through. The vacuum of space is not necessarily a vacuum of space. It is a vacuum in that it is very empty, but it's only very empty because it's so big and there's so little matter. There are gases and such out there in space. Sound just requires a medium to travel through. After all, we've been able to figure out a lot about our planet because of all the sounds that are happening, and then we're able to trace how it moves through our planet. When out in space, there is a medium, interstellar gases, sound can travel through it. Sound travels around this black hole. There are enough interstellar gases you can hear, if you could hear, this black hole yelling at you. So thumbs up for that. Which is another big thing, of course. If you're one of those people that doesn't believe in something like gravity, which is like a lot of the flat earth people say, oh, there's no such thing as gravity. Things fall because of density. Well, you only have density because of gravity, so, ugh. But the atmosphere of our planet extends out past the orbit of our moon. Now, it's not very thick. You're going to find very, very thin particles out there, but it is there. Since, after all, we can't really breathe above 30,000 feet. But you'll hear these flat earthers talking about, oh, you can't have a gas next to a vacuum. You got the vacuum of space in our atmosphere. It doesn't work. It would suck that all out. Again, gravity holds a good 99.99 some percent of all of our atmosphere right at the surface of the planet where we are. 15 pounds of pressure per square inch all over your body. That much gas pounding on us. That's why when people say, oh, the masks hold in carbon dioxide. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It can't. It's a gas. It's a very simple molecule. It travels right through our masks like it's not even there. Diffusion. It can't pool. Diffusion pulls stuff everywhere. And, again, 15 pounds of pressure per square inch. That's a hell of a lot of oxygen smashing down on us. It ain't gonna pool up anything inside of your mask. Don't be foolish. So, just thought I'd mention that. Hopefully it's going to record all this. Hopefully I've been halfway interesting during this entire time. I certainly hope so. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through again and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I'm not reading the comments right now, except accidentally. I'm just thanking you for having left a comment. Good, bad, and different. You took the time, you expended the calories. Thank you very much. If I mispronounce a username, I'm an American English speaker. We're just not good at that. And even though I count American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibromyalgia, ADHD, and more, I'm amazed that sometimes I can remember anything at all. So, starting back from the top again, we have a symbol, then call sign tallow wood, then another symbol. Thank you very, very much. Jarpy, greatly appreciated. Lord of Sadness, thumbs up and thank you. Fluffers626, greatly appreciated. Tommy Nelson, thumbs up. Bruce Wayne is hot. For the text under my video of Partha No N, I used the Rot13 thing. So check out Rot13 online and translate that. Emerson Smith, greatly appreciated. Crimson Destroyer, thumbs up and thank you. Big Ol' Worm, greatly appreciated. Melissa Ramirez, thumbs up. Brutish Wing 2.0, thumbs up and thank you. Don't eat the fish, me. I like the name. Stanky's Brick Films, thumbs up. We have Chalmich 5. I'm not quite sure, but thank you. The Greek Brit, greatly appreciated. Isaac Taylor, thumbs up. Kid Fisto, I like the name. Your Virtual Dad, greatly appreciated. Dream Man, thumbs up and thank you. Russian Timing, always good to see you in the comments. And then the AE, the two letters smashed together as one symbol. I do not know how that is pronounced, but it is a sound. And then the 2, thumbs up and thank you. Alejandro Solis, greatly appreciated. Eduardo Castellanos, greatly appreciated. QQND360, thumbs up. And last but not least, EH, thumbs up and thank you all. I can only hope that I actually counted that out properly. Hopefully. If you could check out my various links down below, well, first off, I'll just say, like I usually try to, but forgot, you get me out of my head, into the world, dealing with real people, and it is appreciated. Now, if you could check out my various links down below. Now, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com Patreon, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And if you'd like to help me out financially without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wish list thing as well, with things like cat food, hamster bedding for my cat's cat box, silly things, not silly things. If you could check it out, that would be very, very awesome. Now, do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate, or you simply do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart, where I draw interest. So thank you very much. If you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get from my existence. Definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. A definite thumbs up. And of course, the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment suffers from a surplus of scorn. It is ready, not eager, but ready to cast that scorn upon any and all it finds disappointing. Its mockery is severe. Do not disappoint the lobster hat wearing duckhead of judgment. It suffers from a surplus of scorn. And I don't know why that this is controversial, but apparently it is among certain white types out there. But Black Lives Matter. Perhaps we shouldn't murder people in their homes and on the streets. And speaking of that, justice for everybody. The jackbooted, brown-shirted fascist thugs in police uniforms who keep beating, brutalizing, and murdering American citizens in their homes and on the streets. I know it's controversial, but maybe you shouldn't be murdered just because you're carrying like a sandwich or your skin is a different color than white. And of course, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, practice your social distancing, don't go out unless you have to, you don't want to get sick. Yeah, there's a 2 to 4% chance of dying if you're hospitalized. That jumps out to a 10% chance of death if you're untreated. So take care. Be as careful as you can. Be as creative as you can. Practice your self-care. And I will see you on the flip side, my friend. I think I got the third one properly recorded with no issues.